Let's go to Ottawa in Canada. That's the capital city of that country. Respected sports journalist and analyst Toby Emmanuel joined us on the show. Toby, it's good to have you on sports tonight.
Yeah, it's another privilege to be on Channels, the best TV station in Nigeria and in sub-Saharan Africa. And you can say the best in Africa, one of the best in Africa. Your coverage of the World Cup has been fantastic, and I've been following your analysis. Austin, when are you going to the World Cup?
I'll be there from the quarterfinals. Let me wait for this to see how this World Cup is going. Yeah, last time out I was there from the quarterfinals. No Super Eagles, so hopefully I'll be in America for the quarterfinals. Toby, let's talk about the World Cup. What sort of emotions are you guys experiencing in Canada?
Now, Canada football has risen to that peak at which it has established the followership of football. Like hockey is number one, basketball is number two. We have other sports, but football or soccer, like we call it here, has taken place. From the last time they went to Qatar, they did very well, averagely well to our own estimation, even though they couldn't get any game. Then they went to Copa, and when they got to Copa, that brought the excitement among the team. A lot of parents now want their kids to play football. A lot of people are buying jerseys everywhere, the clubs, the pubs, the eateries, everywhere, the city. I was in Toronto to cover the game between Senegal and Iraq, and there was no space. I tell you, there was no space. Everybody is conscious of the World Cup, and that's what the World Cup brings. The only unfortunate incident is the restriction that fans can't travel from. A lot of fans who I spoke with, they can't travel to the US because US is giving them just single entry. Once you go to the US, you can't come to Canada. So, but in Canada, Toronto, Vancouver has been fun. Even other cities where the World Cup are not being played, the matches are not being played, the cities have giant screen, the FIFA Festival centers, and the excitement is on. And the good news again, Canada is winning.
I know, first time that they'll be making it to the round of 16. And look, this is football where anything can happen. Up next for Canada is Morocco, Toby.
Yeah, we actually prayed that the Netherlands should win. We felt the Netherlands would be an easier opponent. From You're laughing, it's the truth. Because I tested the pulse of immediately we got the draw. I tested the pulse of most of the fans here. They know we play South Africa. Against South Africa, you saw that the South Africa gave a good account of themselves. But the Netherlands will have been an easier because playing against Europeans, we at least know their style and everything. But the Moroccans, they are tough customers. We've never won against the Moroccans. 3 times we played against them, we lost. Once we drew against them. And we saw their momentum at the last World Cup, and they are still keeping the same thing. So it's going to be a very tough game. But in football, anything can happen. We are ready. Considering the gods of soccer is smiling on Canada for now, and we are representing Canada.
Nigerian representing Canada. Right? This one. Toby, I mean, we saw what the Ivorians, how they set out to play, and it was looking like they could pull off something, but just somehow, after Amad Diallo got that equalizer, they opened up, literally opened up, and then they gave opportunity to Alan to nick in that winner. And I thought they could have equalized and also score more, but somehow it just didn't click for the Ivorians. The way they set up, do you think they could have done better? There's some, maybe, tactics the coach should have changed, Some people were saying Pepe starting wasn't really a good decision, in a game like that.
Well, give it up for Cote d'Ivoire. Like you said, Cote d'Ivoire is one of the teams I was tipping for them to go far. Considering the fact the way they played, their previous matches, their setup, the experienced player, like you rightly said, they have experienced player that can match par by par with Norway. Norway is not a footballing country, with no disrespect to them. If the Super Eagles on the right day had qualified, Super Eagles will not crumble to Norway in this way. East European countries, we know how they play their pattern. But give it to Alan. That is the essence of having a superstar in the team. Now, talking about the tactics, I think tactically, when Pepe came in the last game, you saw the 2 goals he scored. But against this team, they know they are going to play against a very disciplined side. Even Norway, check their mind, they lost scandalously 5-1-2 in their game. So they could have take their chances. They misused their chances. That is why we are talking about this. If the Ivorians have scored their chances, will not be lamenting their exit. It's so painful that they crashed out, and to a Norwegian team, they had the opportunity to beat. Considering that first early goal was one of the biggest setback. But when Ahmad scored that equalizer, what a beautiful goal. The way he cuts the ball from the left, from the right, with his left leg, and he scored that beautiful goal. But they went to sleep. And if you sleep, you pay for it.
You sleep, you pay for it. Let's get...
You can see clearly that is working for Morocco. And if they continue this way, who knows?
Quickly, if I may add, Canada started this project 10 years ago. This project we are seeing 10 years ago. There was a deliberate plan, structured, recruitment drive, infrastructure at the grassroots level, then scoping for players, technical. We have a coach that is from the is an American. So there's been structure. If you don't have structure, if you bring in people, it will collapse. When there's structure, when you bring in anybody, the structure will flow by itself.
Absolutely. So shout out to Morocco.
Toby, there's something I've seen at this World Cup where the fans of both sides, usually, whether you win or lose, they celebrate together. There's just this togetherness, you know, among them. Are we having that in Vancouver? Are we having that in Toronto? What's going on with the fans over there?
Yeah, it's been massive, massive. You know, Toronto is a cross-metropolitan city. Every fan, even, let me shock you, when Senegal was playing against Iraq, I wore my Super Eagles jersey. And a lot of those fans, they know Nigeria. Oh, why didn't Nigeria come? They love Nigeria so much. Even me, I was feeling so bad that even if other countries, Nigeria is not there, they are still talking about Nigeria. So that's the unity, that's the fun of the World Cup. I was at Brazil 2014 at the World Cup in Brazil. It's just been like that. South Africa 2010, it was great like that. So those people who've gone to other World Cups, they will tell you that is the spirit of the World Cup. That is what also the Olympic preaches, the unity, diversity, and celebration of every culture. In Toronto, it was massive. Ghanaian fans, Senegalese, Ivorian fans, Iraqi fans, every team that have been playing here, it's been so massive. Then quickly to talk about what Disu said, Nigeria have a world-class stadium. Don't worry, we'll get there. We had one fantastic one in Delta in my state, training pitch by FIFA too. So we are getting
Let's talk about that.
1 minute before we get into the fixtures that we're expecting for Tuesday and Wednesday. What's your take? That game, Germany versus Paraguay, do you also put it on this referee's table?
Well, officiating has been a little bit questionable in the tournament so far. We've not had very perfect officiating, but give it to the Paraguayans. You can't take it from them. They had the time, they had the capacity, they had the talent, they had the drive.
Belgium, before we let you go, really. Senegal, Belgium, that's another.
Senegal is my team. I cover them here in Toronto. We are rooting for Senegal. Senegal, they were distracted by those armed allowances and all those distraction income, but they were able to put their hearts together and they bounced back their last game. 5-0 they won, and they did it comprehensively. Iraq team was not bad, but if you underrate the Senegalese team, Belgium, they've always been there. They have the hype and everything, but they don't deliver when it matters most. We've seen them at the time they were 5th rated in the world, but they go to World Cup, they'll just crash out. So Senegal all the way.
Toby, thank you so much for joining us tonight on the show.
It's always a pleasure. And we hope one day Nigeria will qualify.
One day. Just say the next tournament.
One day, because 8 years ago, that's what happened. 4 years ago again.
Toby, stop this. Share with you. NSC and NFF, they said that 2030 World Cup preparation starts now. So we started preparing.
It's not about preparation, it's about structure. We talked about if you continue with this same structure, we will get nothing. That's the truth.
Okay. Thank you so much, Toby Emmanuel, for your time on the show.